Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Time Sweeps podcast. I'm Gary.
I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Connor, and this week we talk about San Diego Comic-Con.
And we're back.
So,
A lot of things got announced Marvel-wise at San Diego Comic-Con.
It's true.
A lot of things. A lot. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the most amount of films and shows they've ever announced at one sitting?
Possibly. I'd argue a lot of these we knew were going to happen.
Right.
So I'd say that I don't remember what year it was. They had like a Christmas, I think it was D23 around December, and they announced all these things that they were happening, the original logos. When we first heard about Fantastic Four movie and got that logo, they announced all that stuff for Phase 5, and it's now expanded into 6.
Yeah.
We now have some more official dates for things. But this is the most information we've gotten in a very long time.
Yeah.
Since
Marvel-wise.
that D23. Yeah.
Since Endgame, really.
yeah. It's
Like-
gonna,
The most content we've
Uh-huh.
officially gotten that we know is connected.
Yeah,
Right.
it's gonna be weird though. Like it's
I feel like the MCU's getting so, like that whole like weekend long binge watching thing that you
It's
can
not
do
gonna
of
be
the
able to happen
MCU.
anymore.
It's not going to be a thing anymore.
Yeah, no.
If to binge the MCU,
no, with
it's
Phase,
going to be
Phase
a
4
week-long
alone
thing.
is longer than a week,
Yeah.
I think.
well, like you.
Well,
It's
because of all the
100+
shows now.
hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the shows.
You're gonna have to
With all the hours you can skip on WandaVision, it's a little bit under, but
Yeah.
You're gonna have to like set aside a month.
I mean, just think
you
about
need at
people
least
who are going
2
to
weeks.
think about like people that are going to be like just being born in the next 10 years and like where the MCU is going to be at when they're old enough to even be watching it. And like how are those kids going to catch up? It's going to be like from 10 to 11 they're going to be watching Marvel movies. I mean, I wish I was doing that at age 10 to 11.
I think it's
but-
easier than I think we think it is. I like to think of when you watched Critical Role and you got caught up so fast. It's an experience, but it's not that hard.
That was a lot of
It was a lot. It was a
You're gonna
lot of
have to
hours,
watch-
but you found a way to do it.
Did you? So like you got caught up. How did that happen?
well, so when I got into Critical Roles, I was 15 episodes behind. Each episode's like 3.5 to 4 hours.
So
And unlike Wyatt, who's a cheater,
basically
he watches
having to
basically cliff notes of the videos.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
if I miss an
basically-
episode, I don't want to go through it.
you're having
Unless
to
I really
watch
feel it.
5, like the Lord of the Rings, like the whole
Yes.
series of Lord of the Rings, 5 times.
Well, and then now there's like 24 episodes, and I'm 3 episodes behind, or 27 episodes. I'm 3 episodes behind now, because I haven't watched since they've been back from.
Oh dear Lord. Okay.
So I was
So-
caught up at episode 24. I caught up at episode 24,
Then you miss a few days.
and then I missed a few weeks, and I just haven't gone back.
It's easier than it sounds, and that's I think harder to catch up on than Marvel movies and Marvel media.
We'll see. With a lot of Critical Role stuff, though, I wasn't really I was just listening to it while I was doing other things. Like if I'm watching a Marvel movie, I'm sitting there watching the Marvel movie.
Right.
yeah.
Because I mean, a lot of them. I don't want to be that guy, but there's a lot of stuff that it is predictable. A lot
Right.
of people are like, "Oh, that's why I don't like Marvel. It's cookie cutter." And it's like, also, just shut up. People like having a good time. It's
Mhm.
good guys win, bad guys lose.
Right.
Every so often, you get an Infinity War. It throws an audience for a loop, even though they're like, "How's Spider-Man gonna come back?" They clutch their pearls. They go watch the next movie. Spider-Man's back perfectly fine.
Right. Welcome to comic books, people.
Yeah, they've been doing it for 50 years
mean,
in that exact manner.
To be honest, the most unpredictable movie recently was No Way Home. Like, the ending of No Way Home.
How he's just not.
Oh,
a thing
like how
Like-
they were just like, instead of everything being okay, it was
It like
okay.
they
I would
screw-
say
like
that.
how they actually gave a consequence.
Yeah, I would
to,
say that's a bigger. That's way worse. Like heroes are way worse off after that than in Infinity War.
Oh yeah, like Infinity War, it's like half of all life was snuffed out.
Right.
So it's like, well, crap. Where do you go from there? And Endgame just kind of
Mhm.
goes about and fixes it, and we're seeing the fallout of that. At the same time, it's like when you see it in the frame of one person
Mm-hmm.
who just lost literally everything
Right.
it's a lot more impactful, especially with a character like Spider-Man that I'd say is like
Probably
alone
he's the most
has his own franchise.
right, and he's the most. I feel like people connect to Spider-Man way more than every other character.
Oh yeah.
Not in just the MCU, but in Marvel in general.
I would go as far as much as I like all these characters, I will willingly say any day of the week, Spider-Man's the best comic book character to ever exist.
Yeah.
He's done everything.
What about Lord Death?
Lord Death.
Well,
He was just a
Lord
walking
Deathman.
meme.
Lord,
I don't know if
I
I didn't
am
send you
Lord
that TikTok,
Deathman.
but he is just like this DC character, a Batman villain. His only thing is he can't die.
Oh.
That's it.
That's all.
That's it.
Oh,
That is his only thing, and he is just. He can name every single. It's canon. This is an actual canon fact about him. He can name every single Pokemon off the top of his head.
Oh.
and
It's
their
just a
evolutions.
thing he can do, and their evolutions, everything. And then there's just all this miscellaneous crap, and he's
And-
like a Robin villain right
and
now.
and this
Okay.
and this TikTok, I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
He made a series about Lord Deathman, and it's hilarious.
just going off about all the
Lord
things that he's
Deathman.
done. He's also the main bad guy in the Batman manga that's
Oh.
existed. Yeah, it's a thing. He's literally, it is a Halloween costume. He has gone out in the comics. This is a cheap Halloween costume with a cape.
But
And I'm
he
a villain.
can't. But in the newer comics, he can't die, and his name is Larry.
Yeah, his actual name is Larry. And that's always been his power. Is he
Well,
can't
no,
die.
in the original, it was in the original incarnation back in the Golden Age. He just was a master of yoga, and his yoga moves.
He still has that.
Yeah, I know, but
Also, I thought he was Silver Age.
maybe Silver Age. I don't know.
There's a big difference.
yeah,
That's when the Comics Code Authority cracked down on
yeah,
everything.
Silver Age. Yeah, Silver
That's
Age.
when they had to have goofy villains instead of being like literal
Lord,
Nazis.
Lord Deathman, master of yoga with looking like Skeletor. Yeah.
When Joker, instead of murdering people and leaving them with a ghastly smile, it was he made them laugh and then he stole their money. Come back next month and read how Batman and Robin saved the day.
That's and that's when the Adam West stuff.
Yeah, that's
happened.
when you get to the Bronze Age and the 60s, kind of 70s, late 60s.
I never had to say I was Batman. People knew I was Batman.
Great Scott, chum.
All right.
Tune
So,
in
back
next
to
week.
San Diego.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Except for last week when we skipped.
Yeah, we apologize for last week if you're watching this in
Chronological.
chronological order.
Gary had to sell his truck because he bought a new truck and didn't want to pay double insurance.
Oh,
which
yeah,
is
'cause,
completely understandable.
Yeah, screw
'cause
that.
That's expensive.
That's awful.
Yeah.
So we all got busy. so-
Personal time, yeah. Some of we have work.
Hey, this is only the second time we've missed a week.
literally
Way off.
And the
Yeah.
first time was because we needed a break after Comic-Con.
Yeah, because we were kind of.
This time, sometimes you just need a break.
I love how we're coming back from a break and talking about Comic-Con again.
Right.
This time we weren't even there.
Oh yeah.
We were there in spirit.
We were
All nerds are at San Diego Comic-Con in spirit.
pretty much. It's like nerd mecca.
Yeah.
It's like the best way I have to phrase it.
It was so because
Everyone has to make the pilgrimage at least once.
right. Well, my only experience with Comic-Con ticket buying was from Big Bang before we did it this year. So me only having that experience with buying tickets, which was experiencing it through someone else through a TV show,
Yeah,
which
a
is exaggerated.
sitcom.
Right. So I was like, oh fuck it. What if we don't get tickets?
For Planet Comic-Con, you're gonna get a ticket.
And then-
C2E2, you're gonna get a ticket.
And it's they're refreshing the screen. One of us has to get in. Is that really how it is for
So
San
San Diego, yeah, you have to buy them a year in advance, kind of.
Holy fuck.
New York Comic-Con is also the same way.
This episode's now PG-13.
Oops.
It's okay.
We're legally able to show one butt. Welcome to PG-13. Connor, go.
Speaking of showing butts, that one UFC fighter mooned the olive press.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that Patty guy.
Oh,
He-
Patty the Batty.
Yeah.
The,
He's is he Irish or is he
I think-
Scottish?
I don't know.
He's
I mean,
some
Patty
thing-
was
all
more
I,
something
all I
referred
know
to
is
for
that
the
he
Irish.
He's
drops
really
and gains weight faster than Christian Bale did from The Machinist to Batman Begins.
He gains a lot of weight because he says in interviews and stuff, he's like, I'd rather be fat and happy than skinny and miserable.
And then
But he went from being like 200 kilo to not 200 kilo. Like he was like probably like 210 pounds before this fight, and then he weighed in at 156 pounds.
Dang.
And that was like not even a month and a half before. And that's like he does that all the time. And so does his.
Can't be good for him.
He has a best friend, which I thought was his like girlfriend, but they're just really good friends. She's a female fighter, and she does the same thing. Which I'm like, that's good for them, because like if I ate like that, I'd be like double the size, and I'm already fat, you know.
It sounds like a murder routine. It sounds hard on a human body. Like they're already in UFC, and then you got that.
Yeah.
Man. But yeah, I didn't hear anything about that.
No, but like he was like because he was getting fat shamed hard, and like
So he was like, "Screw you guys."
yeah, he was like, for all those people fat shaming me. He pulls down his underwear and he's like, "Kiss my ass," like
Kiss my Irish ass.
like, it was. I thought it was funny. I was like, good for him, because like, how are you fat shaming a guy who's literally shredded
able.
for? He's not just like, he doesn't just lose weight. He gets shredded for every fight. I'm like, how are you fat shaming a guy who's shredded for every fight?
Yeah, you're literally fat shaming an anime character,
And, like-
essentially. You were picking a fight with a dude who could just
You're
like.
picking a fight with Shazam.
And I know the
Yeah.
people. I know the people who are fat shaming him look like me, right? Yeah, who have people?
It's gonna be like
look nowhere near this guy, are like 200
Midwestern
pounds
dudes,
more than him.
and they're just like, "Oh, he's got too much weight on him." It's like, do you want to pick a fight with him?
People
I
were
mean, he
even
still
shut
has.
up.
I mean, he still has the muscle mass under that blubber.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like-
saw
It's
a tweet where it was
You
like,
can't just lose that shit in a month.
I'm not paying to go to see a hog fight a shredded man. Like, bro, he's not fat. Like, even when he does get chunky, he's not fat. He's
Right.
just chunkier than normal, which is like, he does gain a lot of weight, just in between fights. But that's like, let the man do what he fucking wants. He wants to be happy.
yeah, he's having a good time.
We are now rated R.
Oh fuck!
Because you said it twice, I was like, okay, we're PG-13, we're fine. And then you said it again. I was like, damn, now we're rated R.
I'm in work mode still. I'll be throwing that stuff out around at work, like passing cards around. Anyway, so let's talk about some of these projects that
One of our first big trailers we got during the weekend. This is more the reveals that I think everybody's gonna give a crap about. Like no one cares about NECA like I do.
Who?
That's NECA. That's collectible stuff. So
Yeah.
we got our trailer for the D&D movie Honor Among
Yes.
Thieves.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Nope. It's
That's
a
not
new
like-
story.
News story.
So its
Well,
own thing.
So Chris Pine is going to be the main character for this, and I don't know how, but he's aged like 10 years since
it looks
Wonder
like
Woman.
he's like super old
But,
now.
like, even though he's old, he still looks good because
Right,
he's
yeah.
Chris Pine, you know, the gorgeous man.
It's just his face.
It's and his hair. I think it's the hair that does it for me. It's super long.
It's the crow's feet. It's like they almost made them worse.
But everyone thinks he's going to be a bard because he
No,
has
no,
a,
that's what he is.
he
That's,
is.
It
It's
actually says that.
Okay.
He plays the lead.
Yes, and there's that.
Yeah.
The lady is a barbarian. There's like I think a paladin or sorcerer. I'm pretty sure it's a paladin, and I believe a druid based on how they shapeshift in
That's
the
gonna be
trailer.
fun.
But I still can't figure out what they are because they've got horns, but they don't have demon color skins.
They're
like,
probably a
reds and
satyr
blues.
or a fawn.
possibly. They don't
The-
have the feet.
Have we seen their feet?
Yeah, they just got human legs.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she's half,
I mean,
Satyr.
she could
Just
be-
enough to have horns.
or maybe it was wild magic.
Dad just keeps horns around.
Yeah,
because
or
they can.
like, well,
Remember Grover from Percy Jackson?
he
he
wore
had
pants.
Faux legs.
He wore pants to cover his
yeah,
goat legs.
he didn't have folate. He just had pants on.
Which I mean, in this case, I swear that we saw a picture of like the character wearing shoes.
Grover wore shoes.
I swear to God. He also had to walk with crutches
That's also
because it wasn't right for him to do so. If you have hooves, shoes aren't going to fit right.
Speaking of Percy Jackson, I don't know why why that's just on my mind, but really good movie with that actor is Fury. I don't know. You've probably seen it.
Yeah, I've seen
World War
Fury.
II movie.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Really good movie. Go
With
watch
Shia
it.
LaBeouf.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really good movie.
And it's got a whole bunch of, like, a stacked cast.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
John Bernthal's in it, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf and that. What's his name from Ant-Man? Not Paul Rudd. his buddy who tells stories really fast.
Oh, I don't know the actor's
Yeah.
actual name.
Luis.
I just
Luis.
know him as Luis.
Yeah, he's in it.
Huh.
As well. It's a really good movie. You
Oh,
should
yeah.
check it
I
out.
forgot that he was in.
I don't know. Percy Jackson just made me think of that.
But yeah, Honor Among Thieves. We see a lot of D&D creatures, and they look fairly
Like
accurate.
mimics and stuff.
Yeah, Black Dragon.
Black Dragon.
The only thing that I thought looked weird was some kind of white dragon-looking thing near the end of the trailer.
Yeah.
And it's got like, have you ever seen like those types of snakes that are just so
Mhm.
dumb-looking that it's just got like a smooth head? It's not really like snake-shaped. It's
Smooth
literally
brain
like a
snake.
noodle.
It's a worm.
Yeah, at that point it's just like
WYRM.
look up legless lizard,
Yeah.
which is different than a snake. Swear to God. And
Oh, I know. I know.
It's weird.
Yeah, I know what you're
Freaking
talking about.
Reptiles, dude. What?
Legless lizard?
Legless lizard. It's different.
There's some lizards who
It's
only
got a
have
different
back
biology.
legs.
It's true. And you can normally tell by the sides of the lizard has like the specific line of like muscle.
Okay.
It's weird.
All right. I'll look
It has a
later.
skin change. I've met a few and they're weird.
I've met a few.
I have.
One was named Carlos.
I don't remember its name.
He is
It had
my
a name.
buddy.
He said, "Hey, fool," and then wormed on by.
He looked at me and he's like, "What are you doing later?"
Carlos.
I'm
Juan
getting in your
Carlos.
bed. But yeah, so legless lizard. But the dragon, its head just looked weird.
He
It
was
just
almost,
doesn't look right.
almost like pinkish, right?
Yeah, it kind of had like gold scales and white, so it could
Yeah.
literally be any kind of metallic or white dragon.
It might
Probably
be
not white.
bronze.
That's true.
Might be a
It could be
bronze
something
dragon.
else. It looks like it's probably a younger dragon. It's probably going to fit into the plot, or it's a shape-shifting moment.
That'd be cool.
But we see an owl bear, and it doesn't quite look like how it does in the game, but it looks cool still. So
Mhm.
I think that gets a pass. Displacer Beast looks good. Mimic looks great. I'm a
Mimics, yeah.
sucker for mimics in the first place. I think they are hilarious.
They're it's because you've DM'd.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They're terrifying for
They're
the player.
awesome.
They're terrifying.
I was playing D&D earlier today. I fought 3.
To figure out if it's a real
It's
chest
like
or
it's
not.
like. Well,
I
especially
launched-
with him DMing, I'm so suspicious of chests because like I could just walk up to a chest. Let's see what's in this chest, and I'm eating.
It's got a level. It's got a level system.
You've
I'm not
been-
just gonna throw them at you immediately.
You've been swallowed. See if you could make a strength check to get out.
Your hand is stuck because they can partially absorb part of you. Like if
Right.
you stick something into it, it'll just like
Oh, we saw a gelatinous
go
cube
time
as
now.
well.
yeah. It's like I can't remember. Was it actually green or was it clear like it's supposed to be?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. And
I don't remember
Hasbro is
either.
making a special edition. Like they own WizKids now, which is D&D essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And they're making T-shirts, and there's a DM T-shirt that they released today, and it says, "It's because," or I don't remember. It's I'm the dungeon master, and whatever I say goes, basically. And they got a lot of neat looking D20 shirts going on with that too. And it's all sold on like Hasbro Pulse. But they unveiled this. They're gonna make toys for the movie, obviously.
Of course.
Because it's Hasbro, it's D&D. They're gonna do what they can to sucker the money out of
Yep.
people. But they're making a gelatinous cube in 1/12 scale,
Oh.
so it's gigantic, and you can fit people inside of it. It has like a little rig system,
Yeah.
so that way you have their hands sticking out of it, and it's like
That's
I need pictures of this physically,
and now
and then I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna put people in it.
I'm gonna dude, imagine like
Put
the
Batman
photo
in it.
potential with like Darth Vader, like
Right, and it's that perfect scale, so it fits with like all your Star Wars Black Series in that scale, all your GI Joe classified, everything that's in a 6-inch scale.
right.
So like old Hasbro or old Mattel Batman figures versus like the new McFarlane ones, and then Spider-Man.
Right.
Spider-Man stuck in a gelatinous cube is hilarious to me.
We really, I really want to see.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
He fits. There's the pirate Deadpool figure. Just
Yeah, that'd be funny.
it makes too much sense.
I really want to see some of the celebrities though that are like kind of the face of D&D in this movie.
Yes.
Like,
Matthew Mercer.
Matthew Mercer,
Joe Manganiello.
Joe Manganiello is a big one for me because like he can do that. Like in
Right.
how cool would it be
He
though
could fit
to
in
see
almost any role that
to
they
see
could throw at
how
him for
cool
that
would it be
movie.
to see Jox Machina though.
Josh Machina?
Jox Machina is a thing that Travis Willingham and Joe Manganiello started when Joe Manganiello guest starred on season 1 of Critical Role.
Which is Vox Machina?
It's Vox Machina, and they call themselves Jox Machina because they're both like 6'5", and they're both in
Joe
shape.
Manganiello's like super ripped,
Yeah,
and then
so
Travis Willingham's just fit.
but then they did a one shot called Jox Machina where they brought the Big Show on because the Big Show plays with Joe Manganiello and one other dude.
I don't remember.
I think
who
he's
the
a
other one
WWE
is.
wrestler or something.
Probably.
But I have a fan. I have the artwork from it
That reminded me of something I'll talk about
on
here in
my
a
phone
second.
because I love it, and it's dope. This is all their characters.
Oh, that's dope.
Well, and it's funny because the Big Show's character is like 15 feet tall, but he made it a rogue. look at the artwork for this.
I love it.
I mean, how cool would it just be to see those 4 people like
Here, for references, make sure that gets sent to the group chat so that way if you or Connor edits, we can throw that picture up for a second.
Oh, so who's editing?
I don't care.
We'll figure it out.
I can do it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll make sure to get that picture up there so that way the audience can see it.
I don't have work Wednesday, so.
Yeah, that art, like Big Show's character, that's like a new race, but it's like super big, and he's like, and I'm a rogue.
I love that. That'd be kind of terrifying. Imagine a giant dude sneaking up on you. That is like, imagine you're walking in the woods, and then all of a sudden a 15-foot giant's just behind you, and he's like, I'm taking everything you have.
Oh, hi there.
What are you going to do? You're just going to...
You're going to die.
You're going to poop your pants and die.
Well, I don't know if you saw, and he has the Triceratops.
Yeah, there is a
shoulder
Triceratops skull on his shoulder. You were going to die. Your congratulations, you are now pudding.
If anyone's in this movie, if anyone like that we just talked about, anyone from Critical Role, anyone from Jocks Magna or whatever, I really want. How cool would it be to see Scanlan in this movie?
Yeah, just like, like not Sam Riegel himself, just his character Scanlan, just doing his thing,
just singing or doing someone
singing beads of love.
Pull on my beads of love, man. God. If no one that we just talked about is in this movie at all, I think that's a missed opportunity because what those people have done for D&D in the last 10 years.
Even like a reference somehow to like one of the Stranger Things actors. I think that's like
that too.
Right. Put the Duffer Brothers in there. Have them have a cameo.
And
because I think
Corridor Digital is also doing some really cool stuff with D&D. Like they're making like a virtual D&D thing.
To me though, they still fit into this Aftershock area that the movie is.
Yeah.
This is all caused by Critical Role, Stranger Things, and then just these celebrities like Joe Manganiello, Henry Cavill that play these games, and it's been talked about so much more in these past few years than it was before, in a much more positive light where people are getting into it. People are like, yeah, D&D, yeah, that's it's cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I wish I could play D&D.
It's not devil worship anymore, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
It never was. It was just.
I saw someone like on Facebook post something about that, and it's like, oh my god, I know you, and you think this is actually? I play this, you idiot. Yeah,
well,
this is totally devil
it was really
worshiping.
cool
it's like 6
to
nerds
see,
in a room sitting around playing a game.
It was really cool to see that and like them talk about that in the newer season of Stranger Things. Because, well, see, me being me and being new to the game, because like, has it been a year yet since I've gotten into it?
I think so,
okay.
Almost.
Within the last year and a half, I've gotten into this, and like to go back and learn about how the game was perceived. Yeah, how the game was perceived to the public, and actually knowing a guy now at work. He's like our dad's age, and he was like, "Yeah, I used to play Dungeons and Dragons." I was like, "No shit, man, what'd you?" And he was like, "Yeah, we played 2nd edition." I was like, "Dude, you were like in that. You were in that, man. You were in that stuff." I don't know. I think D&D has come so far, especially in this last 10 years, because
since 2015, it's been very different.
And
it's changed.
I like Joe Manganiello being a big face of it because he is not a nerd. Like, he is a nerd.
Yeah,
but like,
it's not the
people know
stereotypical.
him as there's the whole plot in Big Bang Theory about how like all the girls are excited that Joe Manganiello is at the secret D&D game. You remember that?
Yeah.
Because he's in Magic Mike and he's sexy and like stuff like that. But like, see, you don't have to be a nerdy nerd to play Dungeons and Dragons and enjoy the game,
right?
Or just enjoy nerd stuff in general.
That's why I love that Henry Cavill plays Warhammer.
Yeah,
he likes reading The Witcher.
Henry Cavill's another big face of,
and he also
nerds.
paints his minis.
Yeah, he paints his own miniatures.
God, could you just imagine seeing Superman with a tiny little paintbrush painting figures?
Yeah,
like that's so
just
awesome.
Sitting there using his contrast paints, going for it. It's like, God dang it, and he's building his PC at the same time. It's like, what are you? Literally Superman?
All right, so.
So that was D&D.
That's
so we need to start talking about these Marvel movies coming out. The new, so Black Panther's coming out.
Yeah,
in November.
that's our next big movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's not our next Marvel project that we'll see, but it's the next big movie that'll be released in theaters, and it's going to be, I think, a tear-jerking movie.
Well,
at least in the beginning.
Well, that moment in the trailer is very powerful. Like, my entire family's gone.
Yeah.
How much more should I have to lose?
We have the funeral march that we see in the movie.
Yeah.
We don't.
I wonder how they're gonna say he died in the movie.
I think it's gonna be a villainous.
A leak said that he caught some disease, like in.
But that the plant couldn't cure. Like, he's supposed to be like impervious to all disease and all stuff like that.
Hey man, I don't know. That's just what I read online. That doesn't mean it's true.
I mean, in a comic, like a Superman comic, he literally like absorbed too much of a certain energy and then started dying.
Sometimes
like-
these things can happen.
Yeah, no one's impervious, even if you're impervious.
There's always a way to kill something, and that's why the Quiet Place doesn't make sense.
They can kill them.
I know, but like for so long, it's like, oh, you're telling me society went this far down the toilet? Everything's post-apocalyptic. There's not enough of those aliens that the government totally wasn't like, oh yeah, just shoot them with a bigger gun. Just keep shooting them.
Bigger guns aren't fast enough.
Like Stargate had a really cool plot point where they were just like, these aliens, these super advanced aliens were like, hey, humans, we need your help. And they're like, with what? No, we need you to kill things because you're really good at it. We've gone so far without war that we don't know how to war again. We need you.
Isn't that like sort of the plot for Tomorrow War with Chris
Kinda.
Pratt? Do they like come back in time to get soldiers, or
I
are they
think that was
just
'cause
running
they
out
need,
of soldiers?
Yeah, I think it was a conscript program, and they're like, well, we're out of people in the future. So guess what, pass boy? Get
You're
in there.
coming with us. I still need to watch that movie. It's on my watch list on Amazon. So Black Panther's coming out. Talk about She-Hulk going back one step because it's go She-Hulk then Black Panther, right?
Yeah, in terms of live action.
Right.
We've got that Baby Groot
Oh, Baby Groot's
show
coming.
shorts thing. It comes out before
And
after
Bradley
She-Hulk,
Cooper's
I
coming
think.
back for that.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper's actually going to be in it. I don't know where or when and why, but
I mean,
As Rocket, I assume.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, it's a matter of just like
Is this
it's,
gonna be like a
been
prequel?
portrayed. That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm assuming that it takes place between like the movies and stuff.
Yeah.
well, I was thinking that like it might take place before Guardians 1, and this is how Rocket and him meet.
That's what I was kind of thinking. But they showed him on a ship in like one of the trailers or something.
Oh.
And it was definitely a Ravager ship.
And is he going to be full grown by Guardians 3? Because he's still small
It
boy.
sounds like something's going to happen in Guardians 3.
He sounds like. I mean, so there's been that recurring theme of the title cards being the colors of people who died in the. Because the first one was Groot and it was like kind of brownish, and the second one was blue and red for Yondu and he died, but this one's gold, and that's Adam Warlock, right?
It's kind of it's gray, orange, goldish. And the one that we had before, we had a different logo that looked more like Drax's colors.
Right.
And then we got this one that's gray with an orangey gray, like orangey golden glow. And so people are like, are they going to kill Rocket? Are they going to kill Drax? Who are they going to kill?
I don't know. I think they're like, okay, they caught onto that, so let's hide it somewhere else.
That's what I'm thinking. Because they're definitely not going to kill Adam Warlock.
no, because
He's
he's
too
too big
big. Yeah.
for
Yeah,
the
he's
future
a
of
new
the
character, exactly.
for the future of the MCU. He's way too
He's
big.
too big of a character. He
Um,
can literally beat the crap out of Thanos.
I
like,
really
without
want
trying.
I really want him and Carol Danvers to come across each other and be like, she's like, listen, I'm Captain Marvel, no one's stronger than me, and Adam Warlock just like grabs her punch. It's like, you're in a
He's-
whole new ball league now.
It's like things are changing. I really want Rogue to be introduced just to humble Captain Marvel like she did in the comics, Carol Danvers specifically. Because Carol Danvers was like super more powerful.
Right.
And then just Rogue grabbed her wrist for too long, and now Rogue can just fly.
Just be.
That's what
Captain Marvel.
happened.
And that's like one of the powers she doesn't lose.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's like she was held on to her long enough that she sucked that power out of Carol Danvers.
God, I love Rogue. They did her
It's
so
one of the
dirty in
coolest
the.
powers.
They did her so dirty though in the.
Oh, they definitely did.
those movies with.
They did most of those characters so dirty.
I mean, the ones that they tried. I mean, I guess so.
They screwed Cyclops over.
in that third one.
Yeah, they screwed over Cyclops, Jean Grey, Rogue,
That's who I'm excited
Nightcrawler,
to get back.
Colossus, and then Deadpool redid Colossus.
They made Colossus an American like boy.
Yeah,
Like
he's
he was
a very much a Russian.
man.
And like during the Cold War, it was very different. I mean, that kind of had a different pretense to it.
Right.
But he's still Russian, I think. Like you
Dude,
know what I mean?
what
It's
if,
like, you should
like-
still have? You should still talk like this, like Wade.
Yeah.
Stop doing this. It only takes a few moments. There's only a few moments
Dad?
in one person's life that you can be hero. It's about sparing your enemy.
That's my favorite Deadpool moment. Dad?
Dad?
Throws him. That's on Disney Plus now. So is Logan.
Yeah, that was a big moment, and no announcement for Deadpool 3. Everyone was like, they're doing this so that way they can announce Deadpool 3, announce the movie slate. Shit!
Yeah. So there's She-Hulk's coming out. That's gonna be interesting.
Deadpool can't be far from production either, so that's why I'm like,
Yeah, it has to be coming up, right?
it's coming soon.
What's next? Is Guardians after
After Ant-Man.
after Ant-Man? So Ant-Man's gonna be. Oh my god.
Ant-Man's gonna be
I feel
so
like
good.
Ant-Man's gonna be like the Avengers 1 of this of these next couple
Yeah.
phases.
What if they just Kangaroo Jack one of the movies and make it Deadpool?
Dude, I swear.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Or they just all of a sudden.
So like Kangaroo Jack wasn't ever Kangaroo Jack. It was a like a crime movie, but then studio didn't approve it, so they made a character Kangaroo Jack that's only in one scene, and they just added him into one scene of the movie, and that's the only promo they did. And then when the movie released, everyone was pissed off because they thought they took their kids to a buddy cop movie with Kangaroo Jack only in one scene. So, but like, what if they Kangaroo Jack it, where they advertise it as one thing and then it's just a Deadpool movie?
The question is who would they do that to?
I don't know.
That's the Fantastic Four movie.
I swear to God.
Y'all thought this was gonna be a Fantastic Four movie.
You know, like that,
No, like, you
that
just
scene,
see-
like
you
the
just
look
see-
that Shrek has when he
you ju-
screams in Shrek 2 and the that would
You
be
ju-
me.
You just see Reed Richards get like string cheesed again, and it's just, but it's Deadpool this time. He's like, I have powers now.
He's,
Oh my
pull
god.
the camera over.
That
he's
would be the big.
You
but
walked into the wrong
out of
movie.
all the movies, it would be Fantastic Four if they did that.
swear to God.
Because the
That would be fantastic. I love that so
I'd
much.
drive
So-
to Kevin Feige's house and pee on him.
we're literally. So this is
You'd
like
R.
we're
Kelly,
watching.
You'd R. Kelly, Kevin Feige.
R. Kelly liked it the other way around.
Yeah, he liked the golden showers.
Oh,
Anyway,
If you want, I can tell you
so
even
we're-
more about the
No.
crime portion.
I feel
of
like
it.
we're watching these phases. Like we're gonna like they're kind of like shadow phase 1, 2, 3 a little bit, and so I feel like the Quantumania is probably gonna be like Avengers 1. Like it's gonna be like
Or it's like all of a sudden it's like, guess what, boys? Meat is back on the menu.
yeah, that too. But like I just feel like it's gonna be like the thing where like that's gonna be like our next like, because they would always do like a few movies, big story movie, a couple movies, big story movie, and like it was like Avengers 1, Avengers 2, Cap
Civil War.
Civil War, Avengers 4, Avengers 3, Avengers 4.
Yeah.
But everything else was working
It's
integrally
like they all
through the whole
fit
thing.
together,
Yeah,
but it was like in that moment, everything was like, hey, it's connected.
and his daughter's
Stature.
is gonna be in.
She has a purple suit. She's
Yep,
gonna
just like the comic
change
books.
size. She's gonna do something. Fight MODOK.
Wait, MODOK's gonna be 20.
The rumor is that MODOK's in the movie. I'm not gonna believe it until he actually shows up. We know Kang's there, but MODOK is like supposed to be like a lieutenant or something. It's like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Kang's gonna have to come back in time though.
I mean, he does like every other day.
Right.
That's what he
Right.
always does.
My big question is why we're having 2 Avengers movies in the same year.
We.
I thought it said they were 2 different years.
No, both. The first one is May 2025, and the second one is November 2025.
And the first one is the Kang Dynasty,
one.
and
then
then
the second one is Secret Wars.
and then the Multiverse Saga.
And Kang.
What's that gonna be?
Wait a minute.
I think that's
Is that just what this
It's
is?
blue.
yeah.
The Kang one is
Fantastic Four comes out.
blue. It goes Fantastic Four
No. Go back a second. Kang is he's a relative.
of Reed
Reed
Richards.
Richards.
Yeah, a
So
descendant.
Kang Dynasty. They're gonna have to go through that. There's gonna be stuff going on there. I didn't think about that far. That's why those are.
I just
releasing
think a bunch
so
of
close to
Kangs are
each
gonna
other.
show up and be like, "Hey, yo, we got to work together to take
That's the thing.
to take
though.
our spot back."
Almost every Kang hates each other.
Right, and he talked about that in Loki. how there
All
was a war.
Kangs hate each other. It's a war of the Krangs. But if
Krangs?
someone
Maybe we
was-
see that war in that movie because he talked about how war almost destroyed the
entire,
multiverse.
yeah, a multiversal war, that's going to be the lead up, the pitch.
Yep.
The
Secret Wars is going to be the knockout.
Yep.
That's going to be the movie where we get the split of dimensions like at the beginning of the Secret Wars comics from a few years ago. It's making sense to me.
We are
It's
breaking
gonna
this
be-
down.
The,
It's
the split of the dimensions.
Okay, so that's when the Ultimates universe went down the shitter. So they had Reed Richards in this universe figuring out, it's like, well, universes are going to shit. And you got the 616 universe over here, and it's just like, nope, things are going to shit. And then you got like an evil Reed Richards. I don't remember where he fits in.
Okay.
But they're
Evil
the
Reed Richards.
are
He's-
colliding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where that battle world comes from. There is multiple realities busting into each other, the main being 616 and the Ultimates.
Yeah.
And that creates a huge rift, and that's where you get those Secret Wars. And the way that that event ends is by Doctor Doom fixing everything.
Mm.
He was also the cause of everything. But he realized once he had all that power, what's the point? He's still just a man.
Yeah.
With the power of a god. He no longer has to work for anything. What's the point? That's just one of the several times he's had the power of a god, by the way.
Yeah.
There's the time with the white robe, and then there's this one. And Reed Richards, I think, is eventually the one that truly fixes everything, but it wouldn't have happened without Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
And Doctor Doom coming to realize, it's like, look, I need help. I hate this.
Yeah.
Because he also has a screwed up face. He takes off his mask, and Reed Richards, in this process of fixing everything, also fixes Doctor Doom's face in a sign of good faith. And then that's where Fantastic Four is gone for a while. And then they came back in the more recent comics, and then they had Doctor Doom wedding, and everything was supposed to be chill, and then Johnny Storm slept with Doom's fiance, and ruined everything.
Damn it, Johnny.
Yeah, literally. That's,
Damn it, Johnny.
That's, I think, what the Thing says. And Black Panther's like, I swear to God. And Namor's just like, you surface dwelling. Disgust me.
How do you think the Thing talks? Because like, do you think he talks like a normal guy, or do you think he talks like
Oh, Brooklyn accent. Like,
no, but like the one, like the gruff thing, like it back in
I hope he's
the
going to talk
Fantastic
like that.
Four.
I want him to sound
in
like
2007 and 2005.
that. I've always imagined him to kind of have that
How
voice.
talk like this?
Like he kind of smokes cigars. Like,
Like-
he has that Brooklyn accent.
I
Because he
rewatched.
literally smokes cigars.
Right.
I mean,
I rewatched the Silver Surfer, Rise of the Silver Surfer recently, and that moment is so the Thing to me, where he's he sees the giant grizzly bear, is just like, "Hey, little fella," and then it roars at him. And he's like, "Ah!"
That's what he does.
I love that. And then
I love the Thing.
a strip from a comic has gone viral on TikTok recently for some reason. It's when Johnny dies, and the Thing just starts beating the crap out of the Hulk, and the Hulk's just standing there like taking it for him, and he just like Hulk just like there like that went viral.
When the
on
Hulk is
TikTok.
less angry than you.
Well, it's just like the Hulk knows when like like
Emotionally intelligent Hulk.
yeah
I mean, we already have one.
yeah.
Just regular intelligent Hulk.
I
don't know.
I
if,
really
I don't
want.
know if he's emotionally
That's
intelligent.
if there's one thing to get out of, like, I would almost trade Daredevil being in She-Hulk just to have like a
Hulk
Hulk, like
to
just
have Hulk back.
Hulk be savage again. Like I'd rather just wait for Daredevil and for his own thing, which is also
right.
announced.
It's like I just want Hulk back, so that way I can have Hulk.
The best Hulk in my
like
opinion
Professor Hulk, but
was not Ragnarok Hulk. It was Age of Ultron Hulk.
I like the way he looks more
In
in Thor.
Yeah.
but I
I
like
mean, I
what
agree.
he is in Age of Ultron.
Yes, I agree.
Because they kind of treat him like he's a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Because he is.
Because he is.
He's a walking nuclear bomb. He can flatten out a city
In
a matter
minutes.
of yeah.
like
All you need is just him really angry. He leaves a crater where he steps. He is the Incredible Hulk.
yeah.
And then they've just been like, "Hey guys, you want a selfie?"
Well, I hope that like Abomination gets out in this and She-Hulk, and She-Hulk's like, well, hell, like cuz she's even in the like comic canon she's like 6'7".
Right. She's still super big and super strong,
Like
but not the same as Bruce Banner.
no, like Bruce
Like, she
Banner's
takes-
like 8 foot some.
She takes over for the Thing in the Fantastic Four
right.
when the Thing had his own comic series. But hey,
Or he
that's
was
'cause
he
the
was
Thing
off
got
with
so popular.
he was off with the Guardians, I think.
That's a different point.
Or is that a different thing?
I think that's a different.
Because he went off with the Guardians of the Galaxy in space.
Because there was a time during like the 70s he was just so popular he had his own stuff. Everyone loved the Thing.
Well, as they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People that don't like the Thing, I don't know.
She-Hulk, like, if you guys want to know how tall She-Hulk, just stand next to me. She's literally 6'7".
That's it?
Yeah, she's not tall. Well, the thing is, in comic accuracy, Ben Grimm as the Thing is only 6 foot tall. He's just
That skeeves me out. I'm
He's
taller
just-
than the Thing by
He's
like an
just
inch.
wide.
he's just super huge.
He's just thick.
Like, he is humongous.
He's thick as stone, literally.
Yes.
I wish I could make a prosthetic costume like like the one from that movie in 2000.
2005.
Where it's like just it looks so nice.
Yeah.
It looks like the Thing.
Yeah, I like it.
Even though he wears pants.
90s?
I mean,
Have you
That-
seen the
yeah,
Fantastic Four?
Connor, I
90s
have it on
movie?
Blu-ray.
You have the the 90s one?
Yeah.
Because it was free, right?
Because it's free. Because they
It's
can't.
free- it's public
sell it.
domain now.
It's not exactly. You have to find certain people, and you can get it online for once again free.
Because you can't sell it.
Right. Because then that would violate law with Fox, and
you'd
Fox
get
would
and
be
you'd
able
get
to
sued.
sue you.
Well, no, you get sued by Avi Arad because Avi Arad actually purchased that movie from Fox, so that no one would be able to release it.
Fox, Avi Arad, nobody was going to release it in the first place because Fox wanted it under the bush.
That's the
How
only.
about
That way
we
they can
buy-
keep the rights to the?
We just buy the rights to Fantastic Four. We like try to pull a Michael Jackson, like when he
Oh,
tried to
like
be Spider-Man.
we walk right into Kevin Feige's office.
Can we buy Fantastic Four so we could be Fantastic
It's like,
Four?
here,
we
let
let-
us be
we-
the producer.
We drop a piece of notebook paper with a pitch written out in crayon,
It's just like written like this.
and it's just like we be Thing and Mr. Fantasmic,
Fantasmic.
And Johnny.
and
We
Miss
need-
Miss.
We need an invisible woman.
We need
we
invisible
need
woman.
We need women plural to choose from
We need
to be our wives.
invisible women.
But we also need invisible women as well.
We need the invisible women.
Whammon.
Walk into office talking like immigrants from Russia. Look, I just want to be Thing. Put me in rock suit.
Put me in rock suit. I'll be good
Like
thing.
Tommy Wiseau just walks in. I want to be Thing.
But you also have to get us all personal trainers, and so we could get ripped.
Not for the Thing,
Not
baby.
for the thing, but for
Make
the other
me
two.
thick.
Make
I
me
just
thick.
need to be thick. It's like Hank the Tank the Bear.
Oh my god.
It's just big.
Oh my god.
It's my
No.
favorite bear.
That bear is so overweight and sad. If that bear ever
No.
got into a real fight, he would die.
That's the problem. He wouldn't. Because
He
no one wants to
would.
screw with him. Because he's the thickest.
Hank the Tank the
he
Bear.
can't move.
Other
Have you ever
bears-
seen him?
No.
He did that to himself. He breaks into houses. Actually, he didn't break into that many houses. They were going to shoot him because they were like, he's broken into too many houses. He's a danger. He's the heaviest bear on record.
So they can't kill him.
He is huge.
He was getting ready for hibernation. By now, he's probably returned to normal by now because it's the summer.
The crappy
This was
thing
back
is
in winter.
the effed up thing is that he's a black bear. Like they're not supposed to be that big, man. But
He's
huge.
so chunky. He's
He
so
was
cute.
already large for a black bear.
He looks like an
And then he
overstuffed
got
pillow pet.
Fat.
He looks like an overstuffed pillow pet.
Yes, that's exactly what he is.
He's my favorite.
It looks like
I like that grizzly bear though that catches bread.
It looks like if you went
Oh
to
my
build
God,
a bear
he's
and just
awesome.
held the
What's his name?
Did I
held the
s-
poor bear there for
Actually-
an hour.
There's a lot of different bears that catch bread at like those nature parks, so there's a bunch of different ones. Like they also wave because they
Yeah.
think that you're gonna throw food at them.
They're like, hello.
Yeah.
Can I get Can I get yummies?
They
I want
figured out that it's like,
yummies."
Food? Give me food? I like the video of the bear that breaks into a dude's house by just like slamming his hand at the door.
God, he's so funny.
But it gets better. As the door's coming back, he sets his palm out so that way he can catch the door and just
God,
gently moves it
dude.
and then just struts in. It's like, what in the baloo?
This grizzly bear.
I love bears, dude.
Aw, He's like, hello.
And then he catches bread.
I love bears.
Bears are dope.
Bears are the best.
Bears are based.
We need a mascot for this channel, and
It's
I
a
think it should
bear.
either be a bear or an ape.
Or a honey badger because they don't care.
I like that too. Or we just make all three of them, and they're just like.
It's like
Bunny
man bear. It's
badger.
like man bear pig.
I was thinking rainforest cafe animals, like that style of just it's a menagerie. But I like where this is going, Connor. Go on.
Like
I like your thinking.
We're gonna have a part 2 to this because we have not talked about.
Bear-
There's not.
Anymore.
Yeah, Marvel is the big thing that we got
Yeah.
from SDCC.
bear badger thing?
Bear Badger.
Bear Badger rock thing.
Bear
It's just a
Badger
rock with
I just
badger
imagine
painted on it.
No, I just imagine a bear that's flattened out like a badger.
with a
God,
rock with a
that's
rock for a
terrifying.
head.
It's a bear that.
But he's made of
Oh
rocks.
my god! It's a bear that burrows.
Yes.
A burrow bear.
And his claws are triple the length of how long
It'd be like-
bears are anyway.
It'd be like the badger moles, but like smaller.
I'm imagining. Well, that like the bear moles from like, what you call it?
D&D?
Avatar.
Oh,
Badger
Avatar.
moles,
Badger moles. Yeah. But it's a bear
but just smaller. And bear.
and bear.
Thick.
Oh my god. It's like I love the idea of this, but it's
This
also
is a new
terrifying.
homebrew. This is a new homebrew creature.
Yeah, no, I'm writing this down. This is gonna be in the D&D campaign.
There's a bear carpet.
There's a
moving
badger
towards you.
bear infestation up the road from here. Please go and fix it.
I'll be like,
Just a giant.
I am
ball.
not going.
I'm done.
I quit this quest. I'm not going to that place.
Screw your bears. I'm done.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I've always thought about the Chrono Ape being the mascot because we're
God.
time themed. He's purple.
Or the time baby from
The time baby.
Gravity Falls.
We just kidnap random children and put an hourglass
Oh,
on their
okay.
head.
We got too far. We went too far.
Alright,
We
so
went too far.
How long are we?
We're at 52 minutes.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Blade's coming out,
Yeah,
which I hope to see. What the Black Knight in the
Yeah,
because he would talk to him in Eternals.
Yeah,
that was the one good part of Eternals, and it happened after the movie.
yeah. It's like I sat through this movie. You killed every
No,
cool
my-
character.
No, my favorite part of Eternals was.
God damn it, Logan!
It's the best part. Oh, and Marvel Zombies, we got some proof of concept
Oh,
for
yeah.
a lot of the animated shows. Like X-Men, Magneto's going to be the leader now, the X-Men 97 cartoon characters. We don't know what's going on with that.
Uh-oh.
Spider-Man freshman year, we still don't know what's going on with that, but Doc Ock is now here, and he looks classic, like lab coat. We didn't see any arms, but yellow-green, flat-top Oliver Tree hair. And then you've got
Norman
Marvel Zombies. Huh?
What If's
Norman
coming back
Osborn
too?
and-
They mentioned Harry. I don't... obviously, Norman has to be there, but I know they mentioned
Why aren't
Harry.
they just doing a movie
Of what?
of Spider-Man?
I don't know.
That makes me.
It's
upset.
supposed to be like a prequel series, so that way people go onto Disney Plus and watch it. But now it's like you're putting a bunch of characters in here that don't seem
That
like
are
it'd
important.
be prequel. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Thinking about like, okay, so this is my thought process. The Shocker and the Scorpion were showed in the concept art for Spider-Man freshman year.
Yep.
That reminded me of how
Shocker's
they were
already been in there though.
right, and so was Scorpion, kind of. The character, not so much the actual suit and power and villain.
Well, and
such.
JJJ is now in here, and he created Scorpion.
Right, or at least.
They funded
And-
it.
yeah.
Funded Scorpion.
But in the She-Hulk trailer,
That's
we
one of
get
my
a look at what
favorite things.
might be the Wrecking Crew.
Oh, really?
That's what I gathered away from looking at part of the trailer. Because that dude has like a ball on a chain that's like starts
Uh-huh.
glowing like a lot of the stuff that you see the one dude's
Right.
using. So it's like, that's a good way to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
if you can't give them Hulk-ish powers, like they're super-powered dudes.
Mhm.
give 'em
Because the Wrecking
superpo-
Crew in comics are huge. Like they're
Yeah.
big dudes, right?
Give them super-powered weapons.
Yeah.
I think it works.
Well, then they could even like be the what you call it, the Tatari, because it glows purple.
Right. That's entirely my thought process as soon as I saw that. It's like, why they got magic stuff? And I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Chitauri.
Yeah. I
And
was
then
gonna.
there was even more crap from when they, murdered all of Thanos' army.
Oh yeah. Where did all that stuff go? Well, all that stuff got dusted away.
All the people got dusted away.
Fair
Like the army itself. There had to be some stuff left over, like ships.
No, even Thanos' ship got dusted away.
Did his ship get dusted? I don't remember seeing the ship get
I
dusted.
don't know.
I thought it just crashed into the ground and then it was just a big old hole.
Yeah, my headphones died. That was kind of scary. That was kinda
Everything just kind of went out and it was like, oh.
I was like, whoa, what's happening?
But yeah, that was my big thought process on that in the animated shows. Marvel Zombies is going to be there. Icarus is going to be a zombie in it. That was showed off art that they had. My argument to that is,
He's an android.
yeah, look, you idiots. You already made them androids. They can't be zombies at the same time. That's not how this works. Screw you. This isn't Deceased where they actually make it make sense for that.
I think the Celestials are going to be playing bigger deals in this next
Oh, I
couple
hope they
phases.
rewrite them in the movie so that way they, make sense. And Arashim's just a big liar, and he's like, "Oh, I called you robots so you feel better." He's just sterile. Screw you. You should have a baby,
You should have a baby.
but he's just sterile.
Well, and no one else has tried to have babies of the original 10.
Yep.
Where's that girl now? Where's she at? The one who got turned to a human.
Oh, Lord knows. I don't want to know. She was the most annoying in the movie to me.
Yeah.
Because everybody was like, "What's her problem?" It's like, oh, I don't know. Maybe that she's very obviously into Icarus. And that she's plagued to be a child. Even though she's also an android.
Right.
So it's like,
That's the biggest flaw with that whole thing.
you can't
is that,
tell
like,
me that blends in better when it's literally a planet of millions.
if all of these people were made to do specific things, why weren't they all just Icarus?
You can't tell me that, 5 Icaruses wouldn't blend in.
And wouldn't destroy Earth as we know it.
That too.
Like-
But it also seems like they would also do their job. So, I mean,
True.
the Celestials would be happy about it.
Right.
The Eternals would.
I mean, like,
Just be
how would those
robots.
deviants even
Hell-
stand up?
Hell, the Icaruses don't even have to look like each other.
Right. Just give them all the
give
same
'em all
powers. Why do they all need to be specialized? And if they're supposed to blend in, why do they have these weird costumes that you give them that glow really stupidly?
And why can't they all just do what everyone else does?
The movie takes something that made sense in the comics, comic sense for comic books.
Why does the android have hearing problems?
Right.
Did you just
Why
forget
is that
to,
a thing?
Did you just forget to install the proper
If
software?
it is an android, why does it have hearing? Why is it deaf?
Just replace the speakers.
I'm
Just replace the microphones.
It's like literally just fix it. And it's because it's a robot. It's not a person, so it's not the same as like when someone's just like, oh, you can't just fix someone who's disabled. You're right, because they're a person. A person's a person.
This is
But this
Android.
is a robot. They just owned up to it being a robot. I'm actually really
Why can't the
peeved
one
about
guy
this movie.
Why can't the one guy technology guy fix it? Because he obviously mends the same technology that they're made of.
And to be fair, they didn't know that they were androids until What's-Her-Face figures it out.
True.
But by that sounds, it sounded like What's-Her-Nuts, Selma Hayek's character, knew that they were robots.
Yep.
And probably that information seems like they'd be able to figure it out pretty fast because it's obvious that they don't really bleed.
Right.
They don't do anything.
One more thing about She-Hulk. I think they're gonna recast Thunderbolt Ross.
I don't know.
I think they're gonna do it.
I think
Because-
they'd introduce his daughter or something if they want to do Red Hulk.
Betty
Yeah, reintroduce her.
as the Red Hulk.
Yeah, because that's a thing that
she's
happened in the comics.
she's She-Red Hulk,
I know.
but
Or she Red Hulk or
Red She-Hulk,
Red She-Hulk.
same thing.
She-Red Hulk.
She-Red Hulk.
She-Red.
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 Red Hulk She.
Hulk Red She.
I don't know.
Red.
I want Red
She-Red.
Hulk to be in it, so like I wouldn't.
Yeah, I want to see Red Hulk.
Right. So
I know that it's going to be a little hard for that to happen, but yeah.
I mean, if anyone.
because like I honestly they were probably planning on teasing it in She-Hulk
Right.
up until
That's what all the leaks said. And
Right.
everything else that they've mentioned seems to be coming true. So it's like, well, crap.
the only person that
because Thunderbolts is a thing.
the
Like
only person that they could recast as Thunderbolt Ross and I wouldn't be mad is Sam Elliott.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges, but Jeff Bridges has already been Obadiah.
He has. But hear me out. Give him a different hair.
give him a different.
It's
He's a
been
deviant.
10 years.
He's a deviant.
He can do 2 roles.
Who's another old
mean,
man with a mustache?
To be fair, Josh Brolin is Cable and
Thanos.
Thanos, but he's also different.
He's Josh Brolin.
They could have Joe Manganiello come because he just give him white hair.
Yeah, at this point, I want him to have a role in these movies.
Yeah, where's he been?
I don't know, man. I want...
because he was signed on for Deathstroke and then that didn't happen.
Yeah, thank God. Actually, no. The
I
Ben
want him
Affleck
back
movie-
as Flash Thompson.
Yeah, I want that. I actually want him as Deathstroke. I want it done with a director who can direct.
yeah.
Like the Ben Affleck Batman movie that was supposed to happen. It would have been a better ending.
Would have been a better ending.
But I'm not complaining because we ended up getting The Batman with Robert Pattinson, and I really liked it. So, here we are. We also didn't get any DC news at all at Comic-Con. In fact, Dwayne "The Rock"
No.
Johnson got booed, or not off stage, but he got booed on stage when he hinted that Henry Cavill there might be a different Superman. And if when you
What?
look at what he said, he's just like, it depends on who's playing Superman if they can beat Black Adam. It's like, okay.
I mean,
The answer is Superman still beats Black Adam, but hey,
Yeah.
go off, son.
but
It's weird that you like Black Adam this much, but go off. He could kick my ass, but I'd still say this to his face. 'Cause it's Black Adam, dude.
If they recast Superman, I really think that's the dumbest decision they could ever do because the community loves Henry Cavill so much.
None of the problems that happened were Henry Cavill.
No, I love most of the castings for the DC heroes. Gal
Right.
Gadot,
The
Ben
only one
Affleck.
that I don't like was Flash.
Well,
That's really
because he
it.
just doesn't know how to make proper life decisions.
Because I also don't think he's that good of an actor.
And I don't like his voice, and I think he sucked in Harry Potter as well. Fantastic
that's because
Beasts.
he's not that good of an actor.
You know who they should have come play Flash?
Charlie Hunnam.
Anyone else?
Charlie Hunnam. Sons of Anarchy, dude. He would do a great job.
I love Grant Gustin. He's just not. I don't think he could physically I think his body's physically incapable of getting beefier than what
It
it
is.
right
It
now.
100% is.
Yeah.
That's what he gets for being Canadian.
Well, and I want Green Arrow to come into this bitch, and if they choose anyone other than Stephen Amell, like, come on.
I mean, I think they could choose a lot of people. There's a lot of people that
I
could
think
do
Stephen
Green
Amell's Arrow would do really well in the Batman universe.
I want a different kind of Green Arrow for this universe.
Not DC, like the Batman, Robert Pattinson's universe.
Oh, that one?
I feel like his Green Arrow would work well in that.
I'd still
universe.
want like the Green Arrow that's basically Batman but happier.
Yeah.
That's still what I want. Like, I want Batman to be this horrible, dark and brooding guy, and then the Green Arrow's over here in the corner. She's like,
I have a bow.
I shoot arrows. Screw you.
Hey, what's up? My ship crashed.
I almost died.
I almost died. Your parents died. We're the same.
It's like, look, Bruce, I know you don't like it, but we're the same. And then he loses
I just
an
chose a cooler color than you. And then Bruce is like, no, you
arm. Just
didn't.
beats him up. Doesn't even say anything.
Go. And Robin's like, I think he's had enough. You want what he's having? Justice for Gotham.
All right, and with that, are we out of
Yeah, we are out of
We
time.
are out
for
of
this
Ben,
time.
what do you want for dinner? Justice.
We're out of time for this week's episode of the podcast. Please make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Go down to the comments and type in the secret word, which is
Secret word is Adam.
Which contact?
Yes.
spelling. Okay. Go down to the comments and type in Adam or Adam.
Figure it out. Take the guess.
The
You'll
T,
know when you get a heart.
The T-O or the D-A. Figure it out.
The secret is ATAM.
Atam.
Oh my god.
Atam. I just popped my jaw.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.